The San Antonio Spurs blew out the Portland Trail Blazers last night and finished a gentleman's sweep 4-1. Who made the grade? What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Our San Antonio Spurs were probably one less Victor Wembanyama injury from getting a sweep. But you know what? I'll take 4-1. You guys seem to enjoy the end of season report card. And it's like, you know what? We should probably do report cards for the playoff games as well. Or not playoff games, playoff series. So here we are. Here's a report card for the Spurs versus Blazers. Remember, this is just an opinion. So let's get into it. First up, Devin, Vassell. About 12.5 points, 6 boards, 2.5 assists. Shooting splits a little lower than I'd like, 39, 29, 70. I thought Devin was okay. Filled his role as a role player. The effort was certainly there. I definitely felt there was more effort on defense. And how about his block last night against Donovan Clingan? Clingan was going up for a two-handed dunk, and Devin gets up there and says, "Not in my house." So overall, you know, it's because the shooting's a little lower than I'd like. I'm going to give Devin a B. He did his role. B. Going with a B. Keldon Johnson. Ooh, that's my Johnson. 6 points, 4 boards, shooting splits of 36, 50, 67. This is the opposite of 6 Man of the Year production. For whatever reason, Keldon could not get it going at all versus Portland. It was nice to see his limited amount of threes, but overall, I was expecting a heck of a lot more. I gotta give him a D. Giving him a D. Luke Kornet, 8 points, 7 boards. That is not a typo. 62, 167. Luke took 1 3 this year, and it was in the playoffs in game number 3, which he started and came up big for. I guess it was game 3, right, where he started, and hit his only 3. He did have a rough game 4 where he was like 1 of 7 from the field, but overall I thought Luke did a fine job. I'm giving Luke a B+. Kind of like a confusing one. I'll explain in just a moment. Carter Bryant, 9 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Didn't get a lot of opportunities, but he was out there. He was making plays on defense and shooting the 3 ball very well on offense, 44%. Game 5, though, last night, he was relegated to garbage time. Seemed to have lost his spot. For rookie, I think he was good. The energy there was, the defense was there. I'm on a B, but I'm almost feeling like I'm leaning on a B+, but something must have happened for his rotation to be pulled out of the rotation. I'm thinking, so I'm going to stick with the B, but do you guys give him a B+ or even higher? I absolutely will not argue with you. Pop the Champagnie. Julian Champagnie averaged 10 and 5 on almost phenomenal splits. A lot of our guys struggle from the line. That's going to need to be better moving forward. We can't keep having guys clanging in 1 out of 3. A lot of guys shooting 67% here from the free throw line. But the other splits, 59, 62. Julian Champagnie, 62% from 3. Solid, shot very well. Sure, limited opportunities. He's the 5th option most times when he's on the floor. You got Wemby, then Fox, then Castle, and then Vassell. But we ask him to hit 3s, and he hit 3s. I'm going to give Julian Champagnie an A. I'm going to be very curious to see what happens when his contract extension comes up, which is right around the corner. Because he's going to get paid. Harrison Barnes. Oh, Harrison. Wow. I'm speechless. When I was pulling up these stats, I knew he struggled. I didn't know he struggled this bad. 2 points on splits of 27-0. He missed all his 3s in 83. Literally Mr. 0% during the playoffs when he comes from 3. A few in the live chat have said that he was good on off-ball defense. I cannot confirm or deny that. When I'm calling the games live with you guys, I got my eyes on the on-ball guy, the guy that has the ball, the scoreboard, the chat, the clock. There's so many things happening. I can't watch what off-ball guys are doing up over here in the corner or way over there. I got to go with what I see, and he was not good. For the guy with playoff experience, one of our main guys with playoff experience and a former NBA champion, even though it was like forever ago with the Warriors, 2015 or whatever, I thought he'd give us a little more or at least something, give us something, and Barnes just did not have it at all. This is an F. I hate giving somebody an F. I really do. But this is not going to work moving forward at all. A lot of guys, their performance is not going to work moving forward if we're going to expect to beat teams like either Denver, Minnesota, or OKC, whoever we see in the finals. Yeah, I'm calling what's going to the finals. Yes, we need more to Harrison. Not a lot more, but gotta hit some threes. Devin, you son of a Harper. 25 minutes, 12.5 points, 4 boards. Surprised it's only 2 assists. And phenomenal shooting splits of 56, 50, and 80. Dylan Harper had a career-high 27 points in that Game 3, pivotal Game 3, because that was the game without Wemby. That was a chance for Portland to go up 2-1. That would have been huge. Nope, Harper had a career-high. He did have a dud in Game 4, came out there and only threw 3 points up. And because of that dud in Game 4, I'm just going to knock him down a grade a little bit. I am going to give Dylan Harper an A- for the series. If you say an A, though, again, won't argue with you. Oh boy, this one was tough to grade, and I'm still struggling with it. Stephon Castle, 20 points per game, 4 boards, 6 assists. Okay, like those numbers, right? 24 and 6. 43, a little lower than I'd like it to be, but 41 from 3 and 82 from the line. I will take 41% percentage from 3 and 82 from the line from Stephon Castle for the rest of his career. He had a big Game 3 with Wemby out, 33 points to help lead the Spurs to that huge victory. But last night, he fouled out, and he had 2 quick fouls in succession that were just bad. He had 7 turnovers. He averaged 3.6 turnovers for the series. And if you take that 7 away from last night, he averaged 2.8. He was mostly okay on defense. He had some moments on defense. He had some lapses as well. This was the toughest person to grade because we saw the two sides of Stephon Castle, the yin and the yang. We saw the really good Stephon Castle, the guy that Wemby wants to play with for the next 15 years. Then we saw the guy where we just shake our head and is like, why do you keep turning the ball over? What's with the fouls? I don't know how much his thumb was affecting him from that foul, from when he kind of jammed it in I think it was Game 4. I flip-flopped back and forth between a B and a B-, and I'm going to rest on a B-. I think he's a big reason that we won the series 4-1, but also could have played much better. All right, the one you've probably been waiting for, because you're waiting for me to throw some shade. I'm sure some of you are. De'Aaron Fox, 35 minutes, 20 points, 4 boards, almost 7 assists, 50, 37. Another guy hitting 2 out of 3 free throws, 65%. Our free throw shooting, again, needs to be better. I will give him credit. He averaged only 2 turnovers per game. That is fantastic. And then he came up really big in the fourth quarter yesterday, where Portland was starting to make a surge. They got it, got it down to 9 points, and he came up big. I believe he had 12 points in the fourth quarter. I do think he could have did more in Game 2 when Wemby was out. That was the game I was really expecting to step up. He showed me the guy that expected to step up in Games 4 and 5. Because of that Game 2, I am leaning towards an A-. But as I said in previous with other players, if you give him an A, I'm not going to give you an argument. For me, I'm giving him an A-. And last, but certainly not least, Victor Wembanyama. The minutes are down a little bit because of the concussion in Game 2. He averaged 21 points, about 9 boards, 4 blocks per game on shooting splits of 58, 54, 91. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just Wemby showing us that he's legit Wemby. He missed half of Game 2, only played 12 minutes. He missed all of Game 3, but a healthy Wemby? Take out that Game 2 where he only played 12 minutes, and Wemby averaged 26, 10, and 5 blocks. In those 3 games, he was huge. He is going to be the one that either leads us to the promised land or does not. I'm giving Wemby an A+. I'm not going to hold the concussion game against him. I'm grading him based on the 3 other games, and that is an A+. All right, that is it for the players. The rest of the guys are all going to be incompletes. They didn't really play enough. It's just everybody's incomplete. Your Goat Biombos and your Waters and Jordan McLaughlin, those guys. It was nice to see them get a little garbage time here and there so they can got to experience the playoffs, but with the Spurs, but incompletes across the board. Mitch Johnson. I will say the rotations mostly made sense. I thought Mitch did a good job, especially in his first playoff series ever. The Spurs went 4-1. The Spurs had the big win in Game 3 without Wemby, the massive comeback, and I do blame Mitch for the team being as poor as they were in Game 4 at the start, going down by as much as 17, or maybe it was 19, down at 17.5. But also give credit for the adjustments and the team coming back and winning that. I'm going to give Mitch an A-. We just can't go down big against better teams. Portland, the 7th seed, yes. OKC and the like, absolutely not. And overall, I'm going to give the team... I'm also going to go with an A- just for letting themselves get into a hole. Because, again, that is not going to work against the better teams. It probably won't work against Denver. or Minnesota, whoever we play, we don't know who that is yet. It sure as heck is not going to work against OKC. If we go down 17 to the half against OKC, they're not coming back. They could. Not saying it won't happen, but it's a heck of a lot more likely against Portland than it against the Thunder. And speaking of what's coming up, it is either Denver or Minnesota. I believe game 6 is tonight, and Minnesota's up 3-2. Both teams are banged up, dealing with a lot of injuries. The Spurs are going to have plenty of time to rest up. Stephon Castle's going to have time to heal his thumb up. So that's going to be for the benefit of our Spurs. The guys that struggle, though, are going to need to do better moving forward. I'm not expecting everybody to get an A on the report card, but the guys that are really struggling, your Harrison Barnes, your Keldon Johnsons, and the like, going to need a little more from them. To you guys that are watching, thank you. We're having our biggest live streams to date. It has been a lot of fun. I'm going to keep the Amazon Prime giveies going. Those are just, they're easy to do, but two, I don't have to ask for a personal address to mail something to. It's just, what's your email address? Here's your gift card. Go have fun. Go buy something Spursy. Go buy something if you're a Blazers fan, if you're a Thunder fan, whatever. If you're a Giants fan, a Red Sox fan, wherever you want. Buy a movie. I don't know. Buy 6 Feet Under's new album. Don't do that. Or maybe do that. Just have fun with it. So we're going to keep doing those. And we'll close on my apologies. I mentioned the Spurs need to do better. I admit I need to do better as well. I've mostly ignored the trolls, but for whatever reason, the Fox contract talk from the past, and I've said numerous times in the live streams, and now it's the second time in a video I'm addressing it. I have said in the past that I worry about his contract in the future, that I don't love it. I'm putting that aside for the rest of the playoffs. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but people keep bringing it up in the chat, which is weird because they don't like the fact I bring it up. I say don't bring it up, and then they're bringing it up, and I think that's what just jazzed me a little. I'm like, can we just move on from it, enjoy what our Spurs are doing? The contract stuff, we'll work it out eventually. I hope Julian's contract gets all set because he's going to be coming up for extension. I hope everybody on the screen, I just want to focus on how good our team is. So moving forward, I'm really just going to try to ignore it and either have the wrench gang just time those people out or time them out myself. By acknowledging it, I'm obviously giving them some power, which I don't want to do. So my apologies for getting into it just for briefly with whatever that guy's name was. I have no idea what his channel name was. So there you go. That's all I got. Drop your grades below. I always enjoy it when you guys put your grades as well. If you really disagree with me on one, you think I was crazy off, certainly will present your case. Where was I crazy off? Do you think Keldon didn't deserve a D or Barnes didn't deserve an F? Do you think Fox should have got an A+ and Castle should have got an F-? I don't know. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to become part of our awesome Spurs community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs go.